Alright, welcome back. Sorry if I'm a little bit hunched over. I do not have access to my chair, so I am literally just hunching over onto my desk. But we have two things to cover for Turtle WoW. The first thing is going to be the update to Hardcore Mode, which is going to come in two parts. Part 1 is going to come June 12th, which, as of this video, is going to be just under 2 weeks, about a week and a half, roughly. The first part of it is going to consist of adding in the long-awaited Hardcore 60, so you can continue Hardcore mode into level 60 with all of the various rewards coming in the second part. We'll get to that in a second. So, upon reaching level 55, an attunement questline will be unlocked, which allows players to opt into Inferno mode. Upon completion of the questline, players will be given an Inferno effect, allowing them to continue their hardcore challenge at max level and remain part of the hardcore ecosystem. And then it looks like with the Inferno mode, you'll be able to access guild bank tabs, because this is going to be primarily for raiding, because you know how people do hardcore dungeons as extra challenge? Well, this will be primarily for hardcore raiding. So anyway, part 2 will be coming in the upcoming 1.16.6 patch, which also will include Gilneas, and there's a short little animation, a mixture of the two, that they commissioned for the trailer of such, but we'll get to that in a second. So part 2, all Hardcore? Yeah, Hardcore. That's the new challenge, guys. Hardcore. You can only play Horde. It's got to be hardcore. Well, that's what I do anyway. I guess that's not really a challenge. Anyway, so hardcore characters are now added to the Hardcore World channel by default, because as they still say right here about the Still Alive Guild, that will no longer be a thing. However, the Still Alive will become a title rather than a guild name, so you're not automatically added into a guild when you enter into the hardcore mode, but you are able to have the title. I don't know if it's going to be mandatory or optional or not. Like, you know, titles are usually optional. I don't know if this is going to be optional or not, but it's a way to distinguish you from a normal player if you're hardcore. But you will be added into the world channel, so you'll be able to have access to everybody who is in hardcore without having to be in a guild, and so you could join a friend's guild if you want to without losing access to talking to other hardcore players. So I think that's a very good change. Now the new titles, now remember how I said earlier about it's going to be for primarily raids? So here it is. Still Alive is going to be the title for, if you're there, we already talked about that. Conqueror of the Flames, Hardcore Ragnaros Kill. Conqueror of the Dragons, Hardcore Nefarian Kill. Conqueror of the Karaji for Hardcore Cthulhu, and Conqueror of the Scourge for Kel'Thuzad. And then they have the Ascended Champion, which says, the deed is done, penned in blood. Did you really think you'd be able to crawl back out now? And then, so a while back we covered that they're going to be removing the Azure Drake mount for the hardcore level 60 player mount, and they were going to be adding in something else. So they're going to be adding in the Inferno mount. I don't know what this looks like. I tried watching this little video down here, but there's no picture of the mount. Inferno mount, I mean, there's a lot of mounts in retail, which sometimes they draw from, that could be considered an Inferno mount. You know, you have that Hearthstone cat-looking thing. There's a fiery horse. There's the demon-looking thing from Antorus with the curved horns. Like, there's a lot of fiery-looking mounts that could be considered an Inferno mount. So I'm not quite sure which mount it is. It also says subject to change. That's just what they have right now. But anyway, the last thing we're just going to go over is this. Not much to it. It's just a short little animatic. I have it on mute right now. Made by, what was the artist's name? I cannot pronounce that. I'm sorry. I'm not going to even try. But it's a very low frame or animatic-ish style art that they're using for this animation. I guess for this trailer. I'm going to use that word. There you go. And I like the art style. Like, if they choose to go with this kind of art style in the future for trailers, I like it. The only thing is, the title is Beyond the Greymane Wall, and really the entire trailer is just people running through the streets. there's nothing else. Turtle Wow presents, and you see, like, that starts off really good. Like, oh, people running through the streets. Turtle Wow presents. Oh man, what's gonna happen? Oh, it's literally just people running. And then there's the wall. It's like, okay, something gonna happen. She jumps off the wall. That's it. So, I'm not quite sold on this, on the I guess the storyboard, I'm gonna just say. Animation, again, like I said, if they want to choose that animation style for future trailers, go for it. It actually looks pretty cool. It's like very stylistic. It's just beyond the gray main wall, people running, jumping off a wall. Okay. But yeah, at the end, we were hoping to get a date for the upcoming patch. Unfortunately, there is no date. It just says beyond the gray main wall, a new leveling zone and dungeon coming in patch 1.16.6. Now, that was something I was really hoping they did not say, was that it was going to be a leveling zone. We really, really need more high-end max level zones. I know they're going to be introducing Hyjal, which is going to be a end game max level zone. I was hoping that Gilneas was going to be one as well. Unfortunately not. It's going to be a leveling zone. What level? We don't know. But they did already confirm that the city itself is going to be a dungeon, like an outdoor dungeon maybe, or an instance, but it's kind of outside, like Zul'Farrak. I don't know. But we already knew that it was going to be a dungeon. I covered that in the last video. I talked about Turtle Wow. So anyway, that is going to be it for this video. A little bit short, a little bit sweet, a little bit hardcore. Anyway, if you want more Turtle Wow news, you can like this video, subscribe. I also do Azeroth at War, Project Epoch, which I need to make another Project Epoch video. They just ended their beta. I need to do that. Anyway, so after my procrastination, you can subscribe and see more videos of other servers. I'll see you next time.